Star Wars Legends of the Force, Episode 2, Chapter 21, Wretched Hive. Our heroes have traveled to Nar Shaddaa in search of the mysterious Mr. R, who contracted the bounty hunters to capture them. Before they could begin their search, the Shadow made another appearance, stronger than ever. After the confrontation, the adventurers went to regroup aboard their ship. Will the alleys and skyways of Nar Shaddaa hold any of the answers for which they are searching? And with that shorter than usual intro, because I didn't type out a whole giant paragraph, we will begin. So everyone is back on board the ship, except for Pakaz. Yes.
Why isn't Pakaz on the ship?
Because he went to go scope out the streets to try to read people's minds and find out stuff. Oh, Bob went with him too, so Bob's not there either.
So, yeah, Pakaz is being Pakaz.
What time is it?
It is early afternoon.
Alright, I'm gonna go find a store. Like a gun store.
Okay. Yeah, when I saw Zariana's post this morning that she wasn't going to be here, that sort of disrupted the plans for this session.
Yeah, I'm still a bit fuzzy on what the plans were.
Characters of the said plan.
You can just do like a cutaway and Lexa was talking, and then Lexa was not talking anymore, and you can just make roles for her, but then she can role play it as a separate thing later.
Could do that, or you could just say she's incapacitated in the ship because she was gravely injured.
That is true. She was injured.
Yeah.
Has to repair.
Only slightly not as bad as me.
Actually, yeah, never mind. I remembered something.
You remembered a vague something.
Yes, blah, vague something, the best kind of something.
More combat. Make sneaking around irrelevant.
So while you're resting on the ship, Del, you start to feel very nauseous.
Oh, yay. I'm not feeling so good here. Hey, John, is there a way you can test for poisons or something with the
Probably,
board?
if I wasn't gone.
Oh, right, he left. I'll calm you. Actually, you know what, I'll just ask Kalani. Hey, Kalani, do you know how to work this equipment? Do you know if you could test to see if I've got any infections or anything?
I assume she can, right?
Yeah. Let's just skip back to this map for a second, since most of us are on board the Void Skeleton.
Trying to figure out where I am. Okay, there's the ship.
So I'm putting everyone who's off the ship currently in the hangar bay, cargo bay.
Or you can just put us in the White Void.
That is true, too.
Welcome to the White Void.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
Kalani, do you want to diagnose something?
Yeah. The treat injury?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're kind of sick. You have the sniffles, though.
Okay, Del, you take 5 points of damage.
Well, this is nonsense.
And Kalani, you can't really tell what was going on. He doesn't really seem to be sick in any way that you can tell.
This is beyond me. I'm afraid. Should we try and get John back?
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, Shiloh. We miss you, Shiloh.
Okay, so while Lexa's like preparing herself up, she also notices that like the skin that she has is like behaving strangely. So she comes to like talk to you guys and tell you as much.
I'm looking to see if it's some sort of force thing.
Yeah, you sense not like an overt force presence, you just sense sort of some sort of evil vileness on you. But it's not like direct action of the force.
Okay.
So, we'll calm John.
Yeah, it's probably. Yeah. I'm gonna while you try and figure it out. I'm gonna go into a force trance and maybe put Lex under too, and just maybe slow down its effects.
Okay, well, since you haven't worked with Lexa before, I'm going to say that you can't put her in a force trance.
Okay.
But fortunately, you succeed. at putting
My
yourself in a
super
force
awesome
trance.
force trance roll.
Yay!
Woohoo!
So you wanted Kalani to come, John, then, since you just put yourself into a
Yes.
trance.
Yes, I did.
John?
Yeah.
We've got a bit of a situation here. Del and Lexa seem to have some sort of infection or illness or something from being bitten by this shadow. And I don't know enough to do anything. I don't know what's going on. They're sick, but I don't know what. I can't figure out what it is.
Okay, I immediately turn on my heel and I say back in the comm link, "What happened? I'm on my way back." Are you there? What happened?
It's from when they were bitten by the shadow. It,
Strange that I didn't notice anything after treating them.
I don't know.
Very strange.
I'll get back as fast as I can. Who is it? Dell?
Dell and Lexa. Well, her
Dell
skin.
and Lexa both? Okay, I'll get back as soon as I can. Stabilize them as best you can for right now. Can you at least treat their symptoms?
Looks to GM.
Well, how do you want to try to treat their symptoms?
Well, first identifying what they are. What are the symptoms? What are the symptoms are they exhibiting?
Are you asking that to Kalani, or are you going to
Yeah,
wait till you
yeah.
get there to ask that? Okay.
No, I'm asking Kalani. What are their symptoms?
So Dell is like feeling nauseous and like dizzy, and Lexa, her skin is just like all like her nerve receptors in her skin are sort of like going off. Her skin is like feeling very scratchy and itchy, and it doesn't seem to be like healing or anything.
I will forward that to John.
Right off the bat, it sounds like an organic protein-based poison. Try hot water immersion and a pressure bandage. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Okay. But I'll do that, I guess. But
You didn't take 6 points of damage. You only took 5 points of damage.
Oh, sorry. 5 points of damage.
1d6 points of damage. Which happened to be 5.
You're really nauseous, basically.
Okay, John. So you recommended what? Hot water immersion.
Right, hot water immersion can break down organic poisons.
Okay, so Kalani, how do you want to do that?
I don't know. What? I'm confused. I'm supposed to figure out how to do this. I don't know. What sort of details are we talking about figuring out? I'm confused.
Are you asking me over the comms?
No, this is more, I don't know how to translate this into game.
Well,
And I
do
don't
we
know.
have shower facilities on the ship?
I'm not sure about shower facilities, but we do have a Bacta tank, or a Kolto tank, so remember that.
Throw the fully organic one into that. That's what I would do. I would think we have showers, though. I remember RPing, showering, and Kyrath didn't stop me, so.
Yeah, as part of the refreshers, they have Santa steams. They're like showers. Except I think they use like more fine things, so it's not really a water immersion if you take that type of shower.
But is there like a thing to catch the water underneath that you could fill up with the water?
always picture it as just like a standing shower area with the whole bottom being just like a grate that collects all the water.
Well, easy solution. Find an empty box or empty out of box. Take it in there, fill it with hot water, and throw Lexa in it.
Um,
Find a crater in the room that was melted by the acid, then sit in the crater and fill it with water.
Hey, you said there was no lasting damage.
I
Shush
know,
you.
I'm joking.
Well, I figured for hot water immersion, that is a standard medical technique. Wouldn't the beds or the examination tables allow for such?
Okay, Clowny, let's just have you make another treat injury roll to see how successful you are at this.
yeah, because this is way too complicated and confusing.
Okay.
Well then.
Yeah, so, yeah, you can put Dell in the in the Kolto tank and fill it with hot water. And then you can put Lexa on one of the beds, and you figure out a way where you can, there's like side railing things that you can pop up so you can fill it with water. Okay, so John, you arrive back at the ship to see this.
Okay, I want to do a more detailed diagnosis diagnosis of the patients. What exactly is affecting them?
Okay. How do you want to go about doing that?
I want to make another more detailed examination of their symptoms and the locales of their injuries, where they've been bitten on their torsos.
Just visually by eye, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you make a perception check? Yeah, so you notice that some of the skin around where you treated them, like when you treated them before, it looked like the skin was just like red and inflamed. So you put some like synth flesh on there and put the bandages on. Well, at least for Dell you did. For Lexa you didn't treat her before. And she still sort of is very hesitant, given her dislike of doctors and medical stuff, to let you look at it, but she agrees in case it'll help you also treat Dell too to see what's going on. So in both of their cases, like around the puncture wounds from the bites, instead of being like red and inflamed, like you can notice that the tissue's like turning slightly necrotic, and like black around the edges where the bite wounds are.
How long has it been since the injuries were inflicted?
Hour-ish.
An hour?
Mm-hmm.
That's frighteningly fast.
Yay for force monsters.
I don't think I can help them. I can administer, first responder care, but I can't. I'm not a doctor. I can't treat them effectively. Is there any equipment here that I can use to make a more a detailed examination of their wounds and look for any kind of organophosphate compounds in the wounds.
Yeah, this thing in the corner of the room is like a medical station that has various like surgery tools, but it also has other like diagnostic things to take readings and stuff.
Do I know enough to use them?
Considering the technical term we just used.
Roll one, I guess. Well, either treat injury or knowledge technology. I guess treat injury. Well, you know enough to use like the basic functions to like monitor their like heart rate and stuff like that, but not some of the more like subtle features of it.
I don't feel confident enough to make a diagnosis or administer any kind of atropines or pralidoxamines or any kind of anticholinergic drugs or anything. We need to get them to a hospital, to a real doctor. I don't want to just start injecting people with drugs and hope for the best. Most of my smirts in this revolves around plugging up holes so people don't bleed to death on the way to the hospital.
Oh boy. So what are we gonna do? We're on Nar Shaddaa. Lexa, imagine Lexa is protesting by now.
Also, I want to add that given the time frame, the condition of these wounds is deteriorating at a frightening pace. I have no idea how it's getting this bad this fast.
Hey, Kyreth, can I telepathically communicate while I'm in force trances, or is that a no-go?
Probably not. No.
Sad.
You could come out of the force trance.
Yeah.
The question is, do you have to immediately roll a dice to see how much damage you take when you come
Yeah, I feel
out
like
from
not
the poison?
finding that out.
Okay, so Dell is unconscious. Is Lexa unconscious as well?
No.
So she's responsive. See, I'm hesitant to talk to her or ask her anything so that you have to role play her.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk to Dell.
I mean, I can hear everything that's going on. I'm in a force trance, so you can tell me to wake up because you need to talk to me.
Mhm. Yeah, given Lexa's distrust of doctors and stuff, she always wants to do her own repairs and stuff, and she doesn't like feel any like nausea or any of like those other symptoms that Dell has. It's just like her skin seems to be deteriorating and having problems.
Just physiological distress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to try to rouse Dell. So what is he? Is he? You said he's laying on a bed?
No, I'm in the tank filled with water.
Like floating in a tank? Is your head out of the water? Can I speak to you? Can you hear me?
I mean, I can probably still hear you.
Yeah, he's in like the Kolto tank, like Luke from Episode 5.
Okay,
But
so he's
there's no
completely
need for his head
submerged.
to be underwater. No, because he was just bitten in the torso, so he's like up to his
Okay,
basically.
that's I'm asking what I can see,
Yeah.
not what you can hear,
Mhm.
Dell. So I go over and I kind of speak to him and say, "Hey, Dell, can you hear me?"
They'll come out of the force trance. He'll nod. I'm assuming I can't talk right now.
You can talk. Why couldn't you talk?
Well, I don't know if like through water and everything.
Your head's
Your
not
head is
underwater.
not submerged.
Oh, sorry. I was focused on other things. Yeah. So you don't know what it is?
How do you feel?
Not great, not terrible. Just kind of nauseous, dizzy. Little pain, but not a lot. You know what? We should get Vikas back here. The Jedi on Dantooine
man,
might be able to help
unlucky.
us out.
You take 5 more points of damage.
The Jedi on where?
Dantooine, they have an enclave. And you see Del kind of wince. Yeah,
How long is it going to take us to get there?
well, with Vikas's help, not long. Anyway, I didn't seem to be having problems while I was in the Force Trance, so it might be holding it at bay long enough for you to figure out what's going on. I just don't want to stay out of it for too long.
Okay, I key my comm and I say into it, because we need you back at the ship 30 seconds ago. There's a medical emergency and I can't help these guys. Need to get help elsewhere.
Kalani, can you contact the Enclave, get them ready for us?
Okay, I'll go do that. Can we skip over roleplay that because
Okay, need anything else from me?
No, just keep an eye on your own condition, how you're feeling, how your pain is, and just tell me if your symptoms get any worse.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I mean, in the slightest degree.
Well, I'm gonna try and stay in a Force Trance to stave it off, but yeah, if it gets worse, I'll come out and let you know. But that might make it go faster, so don't expect to hear from me unless it's not doing any good being in the trance.
And I look
May
to
the Force
Lexa
be
and I
with you.
say, you too. Let me know if your condition gets any worse.
She probably says yes, but then I think she'll leave and go to the engine room.
And I key my comm link and I call Pakaz again. I said, "Did you hear me? Are you on your way back?"
Yes.
Okay.
so I'm going to contact the Enclave. River, all that sort of thing.
Okay, so what exactly do you want to tell them?
I don't know how to put it. Official stuff.
You can just like summarize in general what you would say. You don't have to say like exactly.
I'll tell them about being attacked and that 2 of our party members are hurt and there's some sort of, however it was described, that they need to be treated, and we can't exactly get help here.
Okay.
Plus, considering the source.
Plus, Plus, considering the price,
What?
nothing. I just if we went to another doctor, like regular doctor, they would charge us lots of money.
On Nar Shaddaa? Yeah.
I mean, anywhere, but the Jedi are nice. They don't like material possessions.
What I was saying was, considering the source of the illness, Jedi knowledge would be helpful. Potentially.
If you're trained and you have a med kit, you can take the treat poison action. There's anti-venom in the med kits.
So do we want to just skip role playing and just start sticking them with needles?
I mean, we can try. Cause his head
I
back
mean,
already.
I didn't
anyways.
take any damage while I was in the Force trance, so like maybe I'll be good for now.
Alright, Del, you stay put. I'm gonna jab this extremely long needle in your neck. Stay still.
I don't think they administer anti-venom in the neck.
You never know,
Yeah.
particularly with this this
I feel
particular
like that'd be a
strange
bad
incident.
call putting it that close to your brain, but you know, whatever.
Unless it's a neurotoxin.
Well,
is
yeah,
true.
but still, like if you inflood it and like it causes like an immune reaction like within your body to try and combat it, like having it that close to your head in that volume might be bad.
Yeah, but your brain is an immune privileged side of your body.
Yeah, well, let's not make it. Well, I mean, some parasites that get in your brain cause permanent scarring, and they're from your immune response. So,
Yeah.
This is what?
Okay,
Anyway,
so
I
Picasso
took a
is back on
parasitology
the
class.
ship.
It was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's something I don't particularly want to know about.
Yeah, no. There's a parasite that normally lives in your
No,
lungs,
no,
but it
shush,
can
shush,
accidentally
shush.
end up in your brain, and then you
Shush.
can end up with like mental like it can mimic
I'm going to
like,
mute you.
dementia and stuff like later in life because you have like scar tissue.
I muted him.
Okay, so Picasso gets back to the ship.
Yep, about 20 minutes later. I would assume. So it's
Mhm.
probably a decent ways out.
Yeah. So like all the pre-flight warm-ups and everything on the ship are all ready, and Kalani's finished talking to the Jedi and everything. So, is there anything else that you guys were doing in the time while you were waiting for Picasso to show up?
Other than make sure the ship is ready for pre-flight, just in case Pakaz doesn't want to zappy us over there.
Wouldn't hurt to try the med kit rolls.
Okay, so when Picasso gets
Did
back
I
to the
do it?
ship, what do you guys want to tell him?
Does that beat the poison DC?
No.
Apparently not.
When he gets there, Alon would just relay to him that we've got it's kind of a medical emergency. We probably should get to Dantooine as soon as possible.
Okay, so John, that basically was you just injecting like the general antitoxin mixture from the medical kit into him.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because when you get there, do you go to take a look at Dell at all, or what do you do when you get there?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll try and use the force to reset him because always does that.
Okay. Yeah, you don't feel, just like Del, you don't feel any like overt action of the Force, but you do sense sort of like a vile, like corruption sort of thing. You also, um, it seems sort of similar to something you may have glanced in your Sith tome that you had, actually.
I had them. When I gave it to them, I told them to transcribe me a digital copy of it. Did they send that with the last data burst
No.
when we were over the planet? No. I tell everyone that it seems like something I read about in the tome.
Well, that's great. We know it's in there. What else
Also,
do
out
we
of
know?
character, I have 1 force point left. Meaning,
Oh, yeah.
it takes a force point to travel.
Yeah, so
I'm low on gas.
I mean, you could always long distance ask for them to send you it. We don't necessarily
That
have to
we
go
could.
back there to get it.
But first, I think we want
Go
to
to Dantooine and you
change.
can message them from there.
I think first we want to change the ship's ID. We don't need to keep going to places as this ship's ID.
I've never been to this planet, but do they not have hospitals here?
oh, Nar Shaddaa? Oh yeah, they have plenty of hospitals, provided you can pay.
Also, I don't know if they have experience dealing with weird Sith poisons.
Yes, there's that as
Or
well.
if it would be
Um,
safe for
yeah.
Alexa.
Lexa would be in danger at any hospital on this world, straight up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She would literally, they would take our money to treat her, and then they would sell her off to the highest bidder. If somebody knew that Dell was part of the party and that he had been poisoned and whatnot, or inflicted with this affliction, they would buy him as well and be able to. Like a cheap, easy bid of 5,000 credits would get both of them. No problem. Any government could come up with that easy.
So what are you guys doing? Kaz tells you all about the tome thing.
And also, we shouldn't leave without getting a fake ID from the best planet around to get fake IDs from.
We don't exactly have time to wander out to IDs are us to pick up an ID for the ship.
Krakaz goes up to the bridge and goes to the communications terminal and tries to call them on Thela.
What was that? Something about Thela?
Yeah, Pakaz goes up to the communications terminal
Oh.
on the bridge.
Mhm.
Tries to call them.
Okay. Yeah, after waiting a little while, the gambler calls back. What is it?
You remember that book I gave you?
Yeah.
I need some information out of it real quick, if you would not mind. So there are some people's lives in danger here. Could you look for anything about poisons and with these symptoms that I describe, whatever is going on with Lexa and Dell?
He listens as you describe them, and then he says, "So is this more pressing than the translation and decoding of this journal? Because I haven't touched the book since you've indicated that the journal was so important."
Well, I remember seeing something about something like this in there, but and do I remember the general area in the book to point him towards, or?
You know, it was in the part that just like describes different creatures, not in the part that has the different like alchemy rituals.
Yeah, I'll tell him that, and then I'll say, yeah, we kind of can't really seem to treat them or fix this issue, so yeah, it's pretty pressing. They're not in a good way.
Okay, I'll get to work looking on that.
Thank you again. And then I guess we both end the communication, assuming neither has anything more to say.
Okay, who's ever up in the cockpit on the external cameras, you see a group of people walking down the bridge towards the landing pad.
Somehow I don't think that's a good thing.
What does this group of people look like? I'm on the
I
bridge.
don't know, let's roll perception. Okay, it looks like a fairly large crowd of some pretty tough-looking individuals. Some of them are carrying weapons, and Aeland and Kalani can spy some, like, lots of, like, grenades on their belts and other weapons and stuff stashed.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Kaz pulls up the turret targeting solutions.
The anti-ship turrets or
Yes.
the anti-personnel turrets?
Yes.
Well, according to the rulebook, the anti-ship cannons only work while the vehicle's flying.
I
Because
will
it's a special
lift
feature
us
that you
off.
need to install. You need to install special anti-personnel turrets that are small if you want to.
Wait! Didn't they fire at us while they were parked
Yeah.
inside the ship? They
Yeah,
definitely
Yeah,
did that.
yeah, with the anti-personnel turret.
Oh, you mean the
But-
bigger weapon only work? Okay.
Yeah.
Like
The one
ship
where
to
they
ship
one-shot
weapon.
the
fair,
entire
one
group of
shot
people.
all.
You know, like Han
pretty much.
Solo, like the Millennium Falcon has a little gun on the bottom that shoots people. That's like
Oh,
an
yeah, you're right.
anti-personnel gun.
But it hit like the blast from theirs, like
Yeah.
took out every single soul. That's not an anti-personnel blaster. That's like a legit weapon.
That's at minimum anti-vehicle.
Like the
I think
anti-personnel's
it
gotta
does.
fire
It
like
did
an individual
40.
shot for
It
each
did like
person.
40, 10 damage.
Yeah, but it was like a area of effect damage.
Yeah.
Yes, it was area of effect.
I feel like, never mind.
Okay, I will tell Elon, we have people for you to shoot.